Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to dive into this really powerful idea that could totally change how you think about getting good at, well, anything. It kind of flips what you think you know about making great stuff completely upside down. And it all starts with this one amazing classroom experiment. All right, so picture this. We're at the University of Florida. It's the very first day of a film photography class, and the professor, a guy named Jerry Olsman, decides he's going to try something a little different. So what he did was he split his class right down the middle, two groups, but each group was going to be graded in a completely different way. And this little setup was really designed to test a big idea about how we get to greatness. Okay, so the first group, let's call them the quantity group. Their grade was super simple. It was all about volume. If you turned in 100 photos, you got an A. 90 photos, you got a B, and so on. The quality didn't matter. Now, the other group, the quality group, had a totally different deal. They only had to produce one single photo all semester. But to get an A, that one photo had to be a masterpiece, like nearly perfect. All right, so here's the big question for you. Who do you think actually produced the best photographs in the end? Was it the group that was laser-focused on creating one perfect shot? Or was it the group that was just cranking out hundreds of them? What's your gut tell you?
Well, at the end of the semester, when Professor Yulsman started grading all the final projects, the results were, well, they were not what anyone expected. It really challenged this whole idea of how quality work gets made.
And, it wasn't even close. The group that was graded on the sheer quantity of their work absolutely blew the other group out of the water. All the best photos came from them. Yup, you heard that right. The source material is crystal clear. All the best photos were produced by the quantity group. So what was going on here? Well, while the quality group was busy getting stuck in their heads, theorizing about what a perfect photo looked like, paralyzed by the pressure, the quantity group was just out there doing the work. They were shooting, trying new things, making a ton of mistakes, and here's the key, learning from every single one. They were honing their craft through practice. This whole story perfectly illustrates this huge difference between two ways we approach our goals. It's the difference between being in motion and taking action. Okay, so first up, you've got what's called motion. This is all the planning, the strategizing, the researching. Reading a book about something, making a list. These things are good and they feel really productive. But here's the thing. By themselves, they don't actually produce a result. But then you've got action. And action is the kind of behavior that will actually get you an outcome. It's not just planning to write, it's putting your fingers on the keyboard and writing. It's not researching a better workout, it's actually doing the push-ups. Action is the quantity group just taking picture after picture after picture. Let me give you a few more examples, and you'll really see what I mean. Brainstorming 20 different ideas for an article, that's motion. Actually writing one of those articles, even if it's a rough draft, that's action. See the difference? Researching all the best diet plans online is motion. Eating one healthy meal is action. Talking to a personal trainer is motion. But getting in the gym and doing the workout, that's the action. So this is the million-dollar question, right? If action is where the magic happens, why do we all love getting stuck in motion? Well, it really boils down to this. Motion feels safe. It gives you the feeling of making progress without any of the risk. You can't fail if you're just planning, right? You can't get criticized if you never actually put your work out there. It's way easier to prepare than to actually perform. And that makes motion a really, really comfortable form of procrastination. So, what's the big takeaway here? What does this mean for you and me when we're trying to learn a new skill or finish a big project? Well, it all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. There's this great quote from the philosopher Voltaire that just hits the nail on the head. The best is the enemy of the good. The moment we start chasing some imaginary, perfect version of something, we often get so intimidated that we don't produce anything at all. We just get stuck. So here it is, the bottom line. The one thing you need to remember from all this is to just get your reps in. Forget about having the perfect plan before you start. The most important thing is just to begin. And once you start, you master the skill through sheer repetition. You learn by doing, not by thinking about doing. And that brings us to the final question, and this one's for you. Take a look at your own life, your own goals. What's that one thing you've been planning, researching, strategizing, stuck in motion on? What could you take action on and actually start doing today?